But let's go in. Okay, I haven't played this since September. Wait, September 29th. Ugh. Okay, let's hope I can figure out this case because it was giving me some issue. Alright, I have taken a bit of a break. I'm back now. And let's hope I haven't forgotten everything. December 27th, 2:11 p.m. Wright & Co. Law Offices. What was Mr. Edgeworth talking about? A memory of a crime that I committed. A memory of murder. Do you really think Mr. Edgeworth killed? I do think he killed Maya, but I don't think it's pertaining to this case. I think she thinks it's to this case, but Edgeworth is talking about something in the past for sure. I don't believe it. Not Edgeworth. Some painful memory has been troubling him recently. But he'd never take someone's life. Never. Nick. Yo! How's everyone doing? What do you think of my performance today? Oh my god, it's been so long since I've done a visual novel. What do you think of my performance today? I had him swooning in it. I can't talk. Is it the medicine? Is it me? I had him swooning in the aisles, huh, Maya? Swooning? Me? Oh yes, I do remember feeling faint. Right on. Tell me the truth. It was like love at first sight, right? Right, Nick? Uh-huh. Me? Well, maybe my heart skipped a beat or two. I think you can do better than that. Come on! I saved Edgeworth in there, dude! Edgy! You guys should be bowing before me. Yeah. Bow before your hero! Okay, Blitz, let's tone it down a bit. Crying about it and everything. Jeez. Larry, you really helped out in the trial today. You did. If you weren't there, Larry, I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth would have been found guilty. No, but seriously, Nick, that boat shop caretaker guy is pretty suspicious. But Edgy ain't off the hook yet. Way to spoil the mood, Larry. Hey! I'm just a guy sitting in the audience, you know? But from where I was sitting, Edgy seemed pretty edgy. I mean, can you really know he's telling the truth about that night? Nick? I don't know. But what I do know is I'm gonna believe in you two until the end. Us two? Edgeworth and who else? You mean me, right? Nah, he means me! Right, Nick? Yeah, you, Larry. Not me? But why you, Larry? Huh? We started a rivalry between these two. Give me 1 second too. Okay, that's 20. Why does it seem extremely loud? I might have to lower headset audio to like 10 and just up the gameplay audio just for future reference. Which, by the way, gameplay audio is typically hitting between negative 35 to 30, I think. I'll have to check that. No, I think it's lower than that. It's between negative 40 and negative 30 for sure, though, because my audio hits between negative 25 and up. So, might have to adjust that for sure for future streams. I should make note of that too. In my handy dandy notebook. Adjust volume PC to 10. OBS to higher. Okay. Oh, I'm also gonna have to remove sound effects for chat. The chat box sound effects really hurts when editing. Anyway, anyway. Huh? Actually, yeah. Why me, Nick? Enough with the silent treatment! I guess we're just gonna continue with the silent treatment. We're just not gonna answer. So about Edgeworth. Nick. Why do you trust Mr. Edgeworth so much? Because he's my boyfriend. I mean, he's changed recently, true. But when we first met him, he was kind of a jerk. Don't you think? He was just doing his job, Maya. I mean, yeah, we didn't have any like outside interaction with him, right? Like outside of the courtroom? Did we? I can't remember. You didn't know him back then. Back when he wanted to become a defense attorney. Wait. Was that when you two were classmates? Yes. In grade school. They saved me. Miles and Larry. They saved me, and I'll never forget it. That's why I became a defense attorney, you know? What? Hey, Larry, what's he talking about? Huh? Sorry! I kinda forgot. Okay, Nick, out with it. I'm gonna hear this story today, and that's final. Okay. Also, apologies. I took this throat syrup, and I feel like my throat, I feel like I have a bit of a rasp when I talk. My throat feels a little bit scratchy, which is the opposite of what that throat syrup's supposed to do. I don't know, maybe I was supposed to wait a little bit before before talking again. you know, let it work its magic, but I digress. Okay. Okay. It's kind of a long story, so hang in there. Oh boy. As if this case wasn't long enough. Sorry, Phoenix. It was the very end of 3rd grade. I was on trial. A class trial. For murder? Danganronpa! A class trial? Ooh, a class trial. You remember, Larry? Spring, end of 3rd grade. A kid in our class got his lunch money stolen. Lunch money? Our school is really small. Every month, kids would bring in an envelope with money for lunch from home. Huh, I see. Anyway, this kid's envelope disappeared, with $38 still inside. 38? How much is your lunch? Jesus! I remember lunches being like $1 or something at school. 38? Gee, how rich is this school? Is this $38 for like one day, or is it $38 for a whole week's worth of lunch? Because obviously 30 hold on, I got a math. 38 divided by like 6, right? Because in Japan they have school on Saturdays. So 38 divided by 6, 36, $6 and some change. That's expensive, man. Oh. Yeah, now that you mention it, I do remember that. I can see why you'd forget, though. You were out of school that day. Anyway, the envelope had been stolen during PE class. I was coming down with a cold, so I'd skipped PE that day. I was the only one not in class. So, they thought you did it? Yeah. The kids in class said I should be put on trial. Trial? Wait, so if Larry wasn't at school, how does he know about this? I mean, I'm sure it probably made the rounds at school, gossip and whatnot, but this doesn't explain why Phoenix would trust Larry so much. Oh, so the next day. So sorry, I should just continue reading. I just play the game. Come on, just. So the next day, we held a classroom trial with me as the defendant. Even the teacher is in on it? I didn't do it. Guilty! He did it! Guilty! It was you, thief! Give the money back! You're such a meanie! Just admit you did it. You can't hide the truth. Tell us the truth. We're not gonna play with you anymore. Yeah, you really shouldn't be in the relay race. Oh, give me back my 50 cents I loaned you. How did what? Now, Phoenix, you know you shouldn't steal people's money. It's not right. In the end, even the teacher thought I'd done it. Go over and apologize, Phoenix. I didn't know what was happening. I was so sad. I couldn't stop crying. Everyone was staring at me like I'd done it. I tried to apologize. I went to where the boy whose money had been stolen was sitting. That's when it happened. He shouldn't have to apologize. The only thing that belongs in a trial is evidence. Anything else has no place. You should all be ashamed, amateurs. Miles? You tell him, baby Miles! It wasn't you who stole the money, was it? No. Then you shouldn't apologize. Everyone's been shouting you did it, but no one has any proof. That is why, Your Honor, this boy is innocent! Woo! But Miles, it was your money that was stolen. Oh, Miles be bougie, huh? Yeah, he did it. We don't need proof. Make him say he's sorry. Why don't you all just shut up? Larry? Larry boy! This is always how it is. Everybody ganging up and picking on one person. Just think how he feels. He said he didn't do it, so he didn't do it. What is he wearing? Looks like nothing. Very well. I'll replace the money myself. This class trial is over. Teach, you could have done that from the beginning. You didn't have to escalate this. That's how it happened. After that, the three of us were the best of friends. Wow. I had no idea. Yeah, I had no idea either. I mean, I forgot. That's when I learned what it meant to be alone. Totally alone. Without a friend in the world. You did a good thing, Larry. Yeah, well, I was just lucky that I took the day off from school. If I'd been there, they would have thought I'd done it. So I took it kind of personally, you see. When something smells, it's usually the butts. Anyway, Edgeworth and I talked after that class trial. That's when I heard his father was a defense attorney. I remember his eyes would shine when he talked about his father. Aww. I'm gonna become a defense attorney just like my father. A famous defense attorney. A famous defense attorney. Then, a few months later, he suddenly transferred to another school. The DL6 incident. Right. I'm not sure, but the transfer probably had to do with his father's death. That's so sad. It was several years later when I heard Edgeworth's name again. There was an article about him in the newspaper. The headline was something like, "Dark Suspicions of a Demon Attorney." Fabricating evidence. Manipulating testimonies. Covering up facts. The article said he'd do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. That's because he was in Mr. Red, White, of Blue's pocket. And we put him away. So we saved him. Technically, Edgeworth is in our debt. I mean, Mr. Red, White, of Blue Core did get him famous. Let's not forget that. But, I'd like to believe that this isn't truly what Edgeworth wanted to be. I feel like he had the agenda, the same agenda as Maya, which was to undermine Mr. Red, White, of Blue Core eventually. But that's my headcanon. Nobody can say otherwise. But why? What happened? I mean, that's not the Edgy I used to know at all. That's what I thought too. I tried to get in touch with him, I don't know how many times. He never replied. I guess he didn't want to see his old friends. I couldn't just drop it though. I wanted to meet him, to learn why he'd become who he became. That's when I decided. Wait. You don't mean... That's why? For his boyfriend, future husband, his fiancé. That's why you became a defense attorney? To meet Edgeworth? Let's call it a meet cute. If I was a defense attorney, I knew he'd have to meet me whether he wanted to or not. In court. Edgeworth believed in me. And I believe in him. Oh my god. He's in pain. I know this is a very sentimental moment right now, but I am freaking out over here. I don't know if you guys can tell. He's in pain, and no one's on his side. I'm the only one who knows the real Edgeworth. I'm the only one who can help him. Whoa, Nick. So, is that why you helped me out for free? Yes, he did say he owed him one. In the first case. I helped you because I believed in you. Except, I don't remember saying I do it for free. Oh, Nick! Nick! We have to save Mr. Edgeworth if it's the last thing we do, okay? Right. It very well may be. First, there's that rental boat shop caretaker. That is such a mouthful. I can't believe they're still saying it, that full title, like that. We need to find out who or what he is. I'd settle for who. I guess I can clean out some of this evidence I no longer need. Yes, please! There is so much in our pocket. Okay, let's go. Where are we going? Oh, that's not it. Oh, that's not it either. It's been a while, guys. It's been a while. Let's move. To Gourd Lake, probably? Because they don't know where he is, right? Ooh, maybe we could stop by the police department, actually. See if they have any leads on him. December 27th. Police Department. Criminal Affairs. Looks like Detective Gumshoe hasn't gotten back yet. Gumshoe? He won't be coming back today. Oh, really? He said there was some guy he had to arrest by tomorrow. Boat shop caretaker. He shouted something about catching him if it's the last thing I do, pal. Good luck, Gumshoe. Well, he's a step ahead of us, I guess. To Gourd Lake. Maybe we'll run into him. December 27th, Gourd Lake Park entrance. Hey, pal! Long time no see. Oh, Detective Gumshoe. Close one today, eh? I got so worked up, I snapped my tie in half. Did you? Why is your tie that crusty? Sorry about that. Unless he just, like, yanked it off. No problem, pal. Thanks to you, we now know who really did it. You mean the Boat shop caretaker? Oh no, I missed all of that! Come with me. I'm so sorry I skipped through that. It's my duty to you as a police officer. Now I'm off to catch me a criminal. I cannot for the life of me remember what voice I gave him. But yeah, I'm so sorry about skipping through his dialogue. I accidentally... My mouse is really sensitive. My mouse is really sensitive. So I was resting my finger on the right mouse button. I was resting my finger on the right mouse button. And I just kind of pushed down a little bit and that skipped everything. So I'm pressing enter from now on. Detective Gumshoe sure is active today. Oh! One other thing. No one can go into the woods today. The woods? Where Lotta was camping? The woods are off limits to camping, and apparently the park ranger found out. He got pretty mad. No one can go in for a while. I guess Lotta's in a lot of trouble. Anyway, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Or later today, you know, if we both ran into the boat shop caretaker, don't you? Okay, bye. Well, let's move. Deeper into the park. December 27th, Gourd Lake, Public Beach. Huh? The steel eyesore is missing. Eyesore? Looks like the hot dog stand is closed too. Well, Larry was in charge of it, and he wasn't working, was he? He was with you. I guess Larry's too busy worrying about Mr. Edgeworth to show up for work. Let's keep moving. December 27th, boat shop rental. Wait, boat rental shop. December 27th, boat rental shop. That old caretaker got away. Yep. I mean, surely he wouldn't leave his bird, right? Maybe. His bird is still in here, and we can lay a trap. Yep. I never imagined he might be the real murderer. Ahem. Ahem. Grossberg? Aha! Hello. What might you be doing here? I'm investigating. What are you doing here? Outside of your office? Out for a walk, Ah, the days of my youth. Like the scent of fresh lemon. You see. Fresh? What are you talking about? Mr. Grossberg. This is no time for idle reminiscing. Mr. Edgeworth's trial ends tomorrow. That is true, yes. I bet Maya hates his guts. I bet she has a grudge against him. This is their first interaction together, by the way, that I recall. But from what I saw of today's trial, Edgeworth should be fine, right? Well, I'm not so sure about that. What do you mean by that? Well, I'm not sure. If you find anything out, come by my office at once. I may be able to offer you some assistance. Will you? Will you be able to? Thanks. Bye. What do you think Mr. Grossberg was doing here anyway? Who knows? Redemption arc, probably. He was the lawyer in charge of the defense, right? He was defending Misty Faye. So he's part of this DL6 incident. Wait, hold on. If this does in fact connect to the DL6 incident, which I know I am stretching, does Grossberg recognize the boat shop rental guy? Huh? Does he? He's not telling us, so I don't know. Who knows? Let's examine the outside. Doesn't look like anyone's here anymore. The caretaker must have run for the hills, huh? Yeah, looks like it. He didn't seem like a bad person. He had dementia! Did he have dementia though, or was he just drunk? Or was he just pretending? There's a forest here beyond these bushes, which we can't go into anymore. Nick! Nick! The forest! There's someone in there. Huh? You're right. There's a few policemen in there. I mean, it is cordoned off, right? They must be looking for the caretaker. Good luck. There are some boats floating at the dock. The murder took place in a boat from this dock. Apparently the police took away the actual boat that was used that night. Indeed, there's space for one more boat at the dock. Okay, well, let's head into the boat rental shop. Polly! December 27th, Caretaker Shack. You're gonna help me catch your master. Nobody's home. Hello? Hello? Squawk! Hey! It's Polly! I wonder where your owner's gone, Polly. Hello? Hello? Squawk! I don't think I squawked the first time we encountered Polly, but we're doing it now. Can't believe he'd run off and leave his poor parrot to fend for herself. Oh, he wouldn't. He's coming back. Hello? Hello? Squawk! Okay, let's examine, shall we? There's food on the table still. Everything's cold. Looks like he didn't turn the heater on. I guess he hasn't been back here since the trial. I want to talk to Polly. It doesn't look like he used this kitchen much. You're right. I guess the whole pasta restaurant thing was a lie. What? You thought he was telling the truth? Okay, so he was acting? What's wrong? Huh? Oh, never mind. What? Tell me. Just when I saw the TV, I remembered. They're showing a Pink Princess special this week. Oh. See? That's why I didn't want to tell you. I thought she saw something in the trash. Safe? Stereo? What is this? That reminds me, Nick. Polly here knows the number to the safe, right? Yeah, that's right. Polly? What's the number to the safe? Maya is such a little thief. 1, 2, 2, 8. Squawk! Let's open it, Nick. Come on. I'm sure there isn't any money in there. Phoenix, you need to leave. Let Maya discover this on her own. We need to not be accountable here. But hey, he keeps it locked, right? So there must be something of value in there. Okay, so what do you guys think it is? Because it's not the gun. Can't be the gun. Maybe some pictures? I'm not sure. Okay, Nick, let's see what's in there. I guess there might be a clue or two. The only thing in here is a letter. A letter? Boring. There's no name or signature on this thing. It's handwritten in very precise, clear letters. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. His bucket list? Edgeworth? Nick, why would Mr. Edgeworth's name be on here? How should I know? I'm gonna read the whole thing. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. It also says, this is your last chance. Now is the time to get revenge on the 2 men who ruined your life. The rest of the letter goes on to describe the murder plot in detail. Okay, so this just makes me think he really does have dementia, and this was a letter to himself to remind him of everything. How to kill Robert Hammond and frame Edgeworth. Calling Edgeworth out to the lake, getting on the boat, firing twice. This is exactly what I figured out today. This is exactly what I figured out today in court. It's all here in perfect detail. What do you think it means, Nick? I don't know. But it looks like these are instructions for that caretaker. When he killed Robert Hammond and called out Edgeworth, he was following instructions. But who could have written that letter? The caretaker! He himself wrote it! To himself! And what does it mean to get revenge on Miles Edgeworth? Look, I don't know, okay? But one thing's for certain. This letter is an amazing clue. Letter from the safe added to the court record. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. This note details the murder and setup. There's nothing left in the safe. I wonder why the caretaker didn't take the letter with him. Because he probably forgot. He left in a hurry, right? I don't think he even came back here after the trial. Say, Nick? Don't people usually put pictures of fish up on the wall to boast about them? Yeah, I guess so. You mean pictures of the fish they caught, right? Right, but don't all the fish on the wall here look really puny to you? Well, you know what they say. You should have seen the one that got away. Except the one that got away from us was the caretaker. And we did see him. Why do I feel like we're having 2 different conversations here? Hey Polly, anything else? Maybe I should take care of Polly, Nick. You probably shouldn't just kidnap her. The police know about her anyway. I'm sure they'll do something. Well, okay. Sorry, Polly. He says I can't take you. Great. Now the bird's gonna eat me. Okay, well, that's everything here. Let's head over to Grossberg. He did say he wanted us to let him know of any information. Wait. I can't head to Grossberg's office now? Do you think he's at our office? One day left, Nick. Yeah, I know. Well, no time to waste. Let's get going. Okay, not here. Oh, Grossberg! December 27th, Grossberg Law Offices. He's out. Again. I guess we don't have everything yet. Let's go see Miles! When does he work anyway? Now. Don't be harsh. Don't be harsh. Guess we'll have to come back later. Edgeworth! You don't look happy. December 27th. December 27th. Detention Center. Visitor's room. You look as grim as always. Mr. Edgeworth? I heard the story about the class trial. Class trial? What do you mean? You don't remember? No, I don't. Your lunch money was stolen, wasn't it? In 3rd grade? Lunch money? Oh, right. Yes, I seem to remember something like that. Nick, I think you're the only one who really remembers. Hey, kids will latch on to the strangest memories, okay? Like, you never know. You never know what memory or what action or what thing that you say a kid will remember for their entire life. I have something like that. I'm sure you guys do too, and it's crazy. Nick, I think you're the only one who really remembers. Well, it probably only really mattered to me anyway. Wait, well, it probably only really mattered to me anyway. Yeah, I mean, Phoenix was put in a very traumatizing situation, and so I think that's why he remembered it very clearly. Because again, he describes it as being a moment where he felt very much alone. Butts didn't remember it because as a child, he took it as a situation where he wasn't blamed for once, and so he just said whatever. Edgeworth was just acting out lawyer like he probably always did, since he idolized his father so much, so that was just him playing his father. him acting. And so I don't know. Yeah. But you would think that'd be important to him too. Oh, you know what I think it is, right? is I think after Edgeworth's dad died, he blocked out all of the memories pertaining to him. Like he couldn't get over the grief and the devastation of whatever happened to his dad, which I think he shot him accidentally. He couldn't get over that. And so he blocked out any memory of him being like pretending to be him or in his footsteps. And this is why he's not a defense attorney now, because he probably feels really shameful. He feels like he can't live up to that standard. Oh, Joy, my headcanon for you is growing. It's massive. My heart goes out to you, Edgeworth. I feel so much despair for you. Edgeworth. We love you. We love a trauma boy. Mr. Edgeworth, didn't you know? That trial was the reason Nick became a defense attorney. Ridiculous. Gee, thanks. That said, it does sound like the kind of thing you'd do. You haven't changed a bit, have you, Wright? So simple. To a fault, even. Well, maybe, yeah, but I think you changed too much, Edgeworth. Oh, that little side-eye. That glance away. The avoidance. It hurts! Perhaps. Let's talk. Hey, Edgeworth, why did you become a prosecutor anyway? You used to look up to your dad. You said you wanted to become a defense attorney, right? I couldn't let myself deny reality like you. What do you mean? My father was taken from me, and you want me to defend criminals? I'm sorry, Wright, but I'm not that good of a person. One suspect was apprehended in your father's murder, right? Yes. The man trapped in the elevator with my father. His name was Yanni Yogi. Wait! Yogi. Why do I feel like I've heard that name? Is that the caretaker? Not Yanni Yogi specifically, but Yogi. I feel like we've heard that name already previously in this case. He had to be the shooter, any way you look at it. Yet, he was found innocent. That defense attorney got him off the hook. That would be Robert Hammond. That defense attorney. On that day, 15 years ago, the three of us were trapped in that elevator for 5 hours. When we were rescued, we all suffered oxygen deprivation. I had lost all memory of the murder. Lost your memory? Even now, I can't recall what happened in that elevator. That was the crux of Yogi's attorney's argument in court. He claimed Yan Yogi had been not of sound mind due to the oxygen deprivation. Yogi was released due to lack of evidence. Innocent. That's when I changed my mind. I started to hate defense attorneys. What's your relationship with Von Karma? He's my teacher, a man who deserves respect. I learned everything I know of courtroom techniques from him. Well, not everything, Edgeworth. You learned some things from your dad. Let's not minimize that. So, he's like my sister was to you, Nick. He's a perfectionist in all things. In court, in his personal life. He's obsessed with doing everything perfectly. Perfectly, huh? In all the cases he has taken on, none were left unsolved. And not one suspect was ever declared innocent. Ever. But that's... I know. It's possible some of the suspects were indeed innocent. However, it is impossible for us to accurately determine that in every case. All Von Karma does is his job, to find the suspect guilty. Perfectly. In any case, it's nigh well impossible to find a weakness in him. Should a weakness appear, he would do everything in his power to make it go away. Edgeworth, if what you're saying is true, you're headed for a guilty sentence tomorrow. He's right! Now's no time to praise the enemy, Edgeworth! Mr. Edgeworth? It's a strange situation in which I find myself, I'll admit. No kidding. Well, I do have something to show you. What do you make of this? Edgeworth, see this letter? This came out of the safe in the shack where that boat rental caretaker lives. You gotta stop saying the full title, Phoenix. I see. Huh? Revenge on me? Who is that old guy anyway? I don't know. Could he be an innocent defendant you got declared guilty or something? Nice, right, but I don't remember that old man. Not at all. So... he was following this letter then. Which means there was someone else behind it. Now is the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. The two men. Who's the other one? Because the first is Edgeworth. The second is... who? Wait, wouldn't the second just be Robert Hammond because he's the one that died? Well, in that case, maybe Yanni Yogi was someone who... Huh? Did Yanni Yogi do something to... I'm so confused. I'm so confused. I think I'm on the right track, but I'm so confused. Two men. Meaning myself and Robert Hammond. It also says, this is your last chance. Last chance. Wait, this is Phoenix. Last chance? Wait, maybe he's talking about the statute of limitations on the DL6 incident. Wait. Wait. That old man. What is it? Do you know who he is? Yogi. Could he be Yogi? Yogi? The suspect in the DL6 incident. The one who was found innocent. Oh, let's talk about that! Yanni Yogi was a court bailiff at the time. We just happened to be in that elevator together 15 years ago. We just happened to be in that elevator together 15 years ago. Earthquake. The quake was incredibly strong. Before I knew it, everything was dark. We were there for so long, it felt like forever. The air thinned, and the darkness closed in on us in that little box. We became unsettled. Help! I can't breathe! Quiet! I said quiet! You're not making this any easier! Quiet! I said quiet! You're not making this any easier! I want to get out! Help! Get us out! Don't shout! You'll use... don't shout! You'll just use up more oxygen. I don't know who was talking there. That's all I remember. That's all I remember. When I came to, I was in a hospital bed, staring up at the ceiling. In court, Yanni Yogi's mental condition was called into question. They claim the oxygen deprivation and stress had caused temporary insanity. In the end, the claim passed the court, and Yogi was found innocent. But isn't that strange? This letter tells him to get revenge on Edgeworth. Why would he want to take revenge on you? Right. Yeah? There's something that's been troubling me these last few days. I didn't know whether or not I should tell you. I'm your lawyer! You should tell me everything! I'm your lawyer and your boyfriend, fiance, husband. I'm your #1 fan. Tell me everything. You mean the nightmare? It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. A crime you committed? A memory of murder. I think the time has come to tell all. Yes! Give me the juicy deets! For the last 15 years, I've had the same dream almost every night. I wake up in a fearful sweat every time. What kind of dream? A nightmare, Maya! It's a dream about my father's killing. In the dark. Help! I can't breathe! Quiet! I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. I want to get out. Help! Get us out! Don't shout. You'll just use up more oxygen. I can't breathe. You're using up my air. What? Stop breathing my air! I'll stop you. Ah! What are you? Stop breathing my air! No. Father. He's attacking Father. Then I see the pistol lying by my feet. I don't know if it was evidence from that day in court. Or the gun? Okay, he's talking about the gun here. I don't know if it was evidence from that day in court or the bailiffs. In a daze, I pick up the pistol. Get away! Oh, he threw the gun. He didn't shoot the gun, he threw the gun. And it misfired. Get away! Get away from my father! Ah! Ah! And with that scream, I wake up. It's a bone-chilling scream. A scream that has rung in my ears for the past 15 years. And I made the ugliest sound. I am so sorry, Edgeworth, that you have to hear that every night of your life. But that's just a dream, right? Right? That thought is the only thing that has kept me sane for the last 15 years. But what if I'm wrong? What if it's real? They say that sometimes people shut out memories in self-defense. Maybe it was I who killed my father. What? If you think about it that way, this letter makes sense. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Think about it. Yogi was really innocent. That's why he wanted revenge against me. Wait, Edgeworth. You mean... It was me. I was the true criminal of DL6. I shot my father. No. This is bad. This is bad. What are we gonna do, Nick? What can we do? I don't know. I don't think there is anything we can do, like it or not. If there's someone else who knows a lot about the DL6 incident, maybe. There is, Nick! There is someone else who knows about the DL6 incident! There is! There is! Don't worry, Edgeworth, we got you! December 27th, Grossberg Law Offices. Tell me all you know, Grossberg. Ah, hello there. What's wrong? You look troubled. No kidding! I can't believe you're not. My. Just calm down and tell me what's happened, huh? It's Mr. Edgeworth. He... My God, Maya is as invested in this as I am. I see. So Edgeworth dreamt he shot his own father. It's only a dream. Only a dream. I wonder. What? If that's the case, then why do you two look so troubled, hmm? Well... Also, consider this. Yogi quite certainly holds a deep grudge against Miles Edgeworth. So deep, he'd want to frame him for murder. This leads me to surmise that Mr. Edgeworth's dream was not a dream. It was real, as you imagined. Miles Edgeworth threw the pistol to save his father. The pistol fired, and the deed was done. You know, maybe it's good that we didn't do this one on stream, because I don't think we can show that. No. The weapon, I mean. I don't believe it. Yogi was suspected of murder, and his career as a bailiff was irrevocably wrecked. Thus, he sought revenge on Miles Edgeworth. But he had a whole plan. He was on the fishing shack, he was gonna do a whole pasta shop, you know? Like, that sounded like a pretty good life plan. This was his last chance, of course, with the statute of limitations so close. Tell me more. Gregory Edgeworth. What do you know about Edgeworth's father? He was a defense attorney without peer. It sounds trite, but it's true. Well, he may have had one peer, now that I think about it. Are you going to talk about yourself here, Grossberg? Because this is not the time to make it about you. Oh, your mentor, Mia Fey. My sister? How old was Mia? Gregory Edgeworth was very disapproving of Mr. Von Karma's techniques. That's no surprise. That's no surprise. Von Karma is an extreme man. Forged testimonies and evidence are nothing to him. The result? He has a perfect win record in court. To beat him, Gregory Edgeworth tried to call attention to his methods. And he lost. And died in despair, as it were. I see. When Gregory Edgeworth was killed, the police called on a spirit medium. What? The DLC. Okay, sorry, I did not connect these dots. So, the police were investigating Edgeworth's death using Misty Fey. And then she went to court, was found fraudulent, which she wasn't, incorrectly found guilty. That was your mother, Misty Fey. Let's just... we're just gonna play this out, okay? I am Gregory Edgeworth. I've been killed. The one who shot me was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi. Wait, that was Misty's? Huh? Did the gun fire twice then? Like, Did Edgeworth shoot? Edgeworth threw the gun, and maybe it fired. Regardless, that gun ended up on the ground. Yanni Yogi could have picked it up and then fired again. We don't know how many shots were fired in that elevator, but if the shots were fired twice, that would explain. It would kind of tie into the 2 shots he fired at the lake, right? Because it's like, oh, 2 shots. I mean, I know we already explained that he shot twice to bring attention the first time and then shot it again to make it look like he died, but this could be another connection between the 2 cases. I don't know. My mind, my theories right now are wild. I understand that. Let's just keep going. We're gonna play this out. Yet, Yogi was found innocent. That's when my mother left us. Everyone called her a fraud. That's right. Everyone thought she was, you see. Yet, now that I think about it, it seems the one who lied was Gregory Edgeworth's ghost. Ah. So that was Misty's testimony. But it was I mean, this is like, this is crazy talk right here. Like, to accuse a ghost of lying, that's insane. There's no way that holds up in court, but it is what he said. Probably to take the heat off his own son, right? Which, admirable. Like, come on. Nice dad there. Good job. Good dad. Yeah, but that's insane. Gregory Edgeworth must have known who shot him. I don't believe it. So, you're saying he falsified his testimony? That Edgeworth's dad lied to protect his son? It's only a possibility, mind you. He is dead. He is a ghost. It's not like you can question him. But a possibility nonetheless. Okay, do we present anything here? Let's just bring this up. Might as well. It's the only new thing we've gotten. Oh ho! So this is the letter. It does seem that Yogi was following this letter when he killed Hammond. But why kill Robert Hammond? Yeah, Hammond was the one who found him innocent. Hammond was a skilled defense attorney, but he defended clients not for their sake, but for his own. Huh? His own sake? Yeah, you're gonna have to explain this to me. He never trusted his clients, that one. The only thing he trusted was his own ability. But he got his client found innocent, so why should it matter? Actually, my dear, it's quite different. He won that innocent verdict for no one but himself. Yogi was a free man, but socially, he was ruined. I don't understand. Huh? You'll understand soon enough. Is it because he pled insanity? Oh, wait! What is it? This letter. I've seen this handwriting somewhere before. A long time ago. Whose handwriting was this? Do you have any idea who wrote this? Yanni Yogi. Maybe it was Yanni Yogi. Yanni Yogi? You claim he wrote himself this letter, then followed his own instructions? Yeah, I guess that would be what happened. Huh. Perhaps you think Mr. Yogi has a split personality, hmm? No, I think Mr. Yogi has dementia! You know, as people with oxygen-deprived brains may have, what old men in their old age may have. I can't blame the oxygen deprivation because Edgeworth was also in that elevator. I think that's a definite. Wait, I think that's definitely a possibility. Yes. No, I think not. I do not know this Yogi in any case. There's no way I would recognize his handwriting. But you said he was a bailiff in a court. Oh. Right. He might have written you something, you don't know. Yes, right. I'll ask you again. Do you have any idea who wrote this? I mean, can't be Edgeworth, so... Von Karma. Could it be Manfred von Karma? Von Karma? Why would he have something to do with it? Oh, it's Edgeworth's handwriting? No! Well, I'm not sure. Von Karma. Von Karma. Wait! You're right, my boy! This is Von Karma's handwriting, I'm sure of it! You made me think I was wrong. I used to see it all the time on court reports. What? But that means... the one who told Mr. Yogi to kill was... correct. Manfred von Karma himself. What does this mean, then? Why would Von Karma want to frame Edgeworth? Am I presenting something here? Or is this just leftover? Let's talk? Let's talk? If it is truly if it truly was Von Karma who wrote this letter, then he would know the truth. He would know that Miles Edgeworth had accidentally killed his own father. He'll say as much tomorrow in court, I should think. He'll press the point until the court files He'll press the point until he finds Miles Edgeworth guilty. Oh no. But how could Von Karma know about Mr. Edgeworth's past like that? Even Mr. Edgeworth thought it was just a nightmare. I mean, he was the mentor. Also, was Von Karma the prosecutor at the time? That I do not know. But if he was the prosecutor, that means he lost. Yet I do know that Von Karma is both persistent and a perfectionist. He may be seeking to satisfy a grudge against Gregory Edgeworth by hurting his son. What do you mean? It was 15 years ago. Von Karma met Gregory. Wait. Von Karma met Gregory Edgeworth in court, and Von Karma did win. But he didn't make it through the trial and scarred. What happened in the trial between Edgeworth's dad and Von Karma? Von Karma got the guilty verdict he wanted. He won the trial. But Gregory Edgeworth accused Von Karma of faulty evidence. Of course, yeah. And though he lost the trial, Mr. Edgeworth's accusation stood. Faulty evidence? It was the only penalty Von Karma has ever received in his career as a prosecutor. Motive. Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record. Wow. It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. A vacation? Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting. Really? He doesn't take vacations? Like, go to the sea or to the mountains? Don't tell me he's never been to Europe. You have strange ideas about vacations, Maya. In any case, that was the only time he took a vacation from work. I believe the penalty upset him quite a lot. Odd. If he wanted to keep a perfect record so badly, why would he take such a long vacation? Yeah, why wouldn't he try to clear his name right after? What do we do, Nick? Von Karma's gonna bring up DL6. You can bet on it. What if Mr. Edgeworth pleads guilty to DL6? I won't let him! Yes, Mr. Wright. I hate to say this, but even accidental murder is murder, you know. I know that. I just believe in Edgeworth's innocence. I can't believe he'd kill someone. Not on purpose. But Nick, Mr. Edgeworth admits it himself. We just, can't have him say that in court. As long as it's not in court, you know? His father must have lied to protect him from beyond the grave. I don't care. I know he's not guilty. We can't just say the ghost lied. That's such a flimsy accusation. Let me drink some water. I think Edgeworth threw the gun and it hit Yanni Yogi. Yanni Yogi caught the gun and shot his father. I think that's what happened. That's what happened. Our boy is innocent. Mr. Wright, if you say so, I suppose I could go check again. The police files might hold something of interest. Yes, Grossberg, do something useful, please. Mr. Grossberg, thank you. I can't promise anything. In fact, I think the chances of finding something are slim. I understand. The police materials, huh? Okay, well, you do that. I'll go to the detention center. I'll let Edgeworth know about our plan. Or not. Or not know about the plan. Let's go. Where do we go now? Where do we go now? December 27th. Police Department. Criminal Affairs. There's hardly anyone here. Everyone must be out looking for the old guy. Yogi. Yogi! That is his name! Oh, it's you. I don't think Gumshoe will be coming back today. Staying out late looking for someone. Oh, we know that already. Sounds like Detective Gumshoe's pounding the pavement for real. We were wondering if we could check out the records room again? Well, now, I can't have just anyone wandering around in here. But I guess Mr. Von Karma is in there now anyway. You can go in as long as he's there. Von Karma? Yeah, he just arrived actually. Von Karma's in the records room? Why would they let Von Karma in there but not me? Why do I have to be under his supervision? Sketchy. Sketchy. Nick, let's hurry. Everyone's corrupt. What are you doing back here? December 27th, Police Department, Records Room. Bestie as always. We were only here just yesterday. I'm sure they just haven't had time to clean. What's wrong, Nick? Nothing. I was just noticing that he isn't here. On Karma. Where is he and why is this open? Huh? One of the drawers here is open. Someone must have been looking in it recently. The label says unsolved cases. Evidence. The gun? Did Von Karma take the gun from the DL6 incident and use it for this case? Unsolved cases? Nick, the file for DL6. It's completely empty. What? What are you doing in here? Von Karma! You. How do you know my name? Uh-huh. Have we met? What are you saying? We see each other every day, don't we? We're Miles Edgeworth's defense team? Defense team? I beg your pardon. You see, I rarely remember defense attorneys. I don't like how he smiles. You look unnatural. Stop smiling, please. They're like bugs to me. Needless things to be crushed. He's giving Judge Claude Frollo vibes right now. I can see how this guy was Edgeworth's mentor. Would you like to talk to this lowly bug? Mr. Edgeworth was your student, right? A romanticist who still can't shed the veneer of amateurism. Just like his father. Always second-rate. Mr. Von Karma. You had an axe to grind with Mr. Gregory Edgeworth, didn't you? Me? A grudge against a mere defense attorney. Why? Because he dealt a blow to your otherwise perfect trial record. So you did. But what I don't get is, why did you take his son under your wing afterwards? The son of your most bitter rival. That, my dear attorney, is none of your business. Tomorrow will be the last day of this trial. It's been a while since I've had a defense attorney last this long. Still, you will lose in the end. Miles Edgeworth will admit his own guilt. His guilt of 15 years ago, you mean? You're quite the researcher. If you've done your homework so well, then certainly you must understand. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Just had to check on Oreo. Excuse me. Ugh. If you've done your homework so well, then certainly you must understand. You know what Miles Edgeworth will tell the court. You know what Miles Edgeworth will tell the court tomorrow. We were right. So, Von Karma is gonna bring up DL6 in court tomorrow. Well, what do you say to this? Mr. Von Karma, have a look at this. This was you, wasn't it? You instructed Yanni Yogi to commit murder. Yanni Yogi. How many years has it been since I've heard him called by that name? He's a fool. He's a fool. I told him to burn it after he read it. So... you admit it? You wrote Mr. Yogi this letter. Yes, my dear defense attorney. Thank you for taking the trouble to bring it to— oh no! You've saved me from a lot of needless hassle. What? Nick, what is that thing? A stun gun for self-defense, usually. Indeed. 600,000 volts will course through your body like a dog touching an electric fence. Also, I just noticed he's holding some case files underneath his arms. DL6 maybe? 600,000? Oh, don't worry. People don't die from it, usually. Now, give me the letter. No. No! Whoa! What? What are you? What? What are you? Nick, run! Ah! Maya! Out of my way! Ah! 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 He got us. The letter's gone, of course. And he took the DL6 evidence. All of it. Back to having no clues. Wait. Maya jumped first. Maya probably swiped something. Come on, Maya, please. Maya. Maya, is she okay? Maya! Maya? Maya! Open your eyes! Maya? Maya! The letter. Did he take it? Oh. Yeah. Are you okay? I couldn't stop him. I jumped as fast as I could, but one shot from that thing knocked me out cold. Well, Maya, it was a stun gun, first of all, and second, you're smaller than him, and you can't put this on you. It took me out too, okay? I'm useless. I'm no good as a lawyer or a medium. I can't even call my sister. Not even now. Not when we need her most. I wish I hadn't woken up at all. Maya! There has to be some way I can help her. I better do something about her self-confidence first. She's the pretty princess! Maya, you're the pretty princess! You can't— is it pretty princess? The steel samurai thing? Maya, you can't! Please. Maya, she's holding something. I knew it! That's our girl! That's our girl! What is that? A bullet? DL6 incident. Evidence number 7. Taken from the heart of Gregory Edgeworth. I remember. Von Karma was holding this when Maya jumped him. DL6 bullet stashed in a pocket. Taken from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. Still bears clear ballistic markings. I'll prove it to you, Maya. You're most definitely not useless. I'll prove it to you in court tomorrow. I mean, you could say something now, though, Phoenix. You could say something now. Help your girl out here. It's been a while. December 28th, 9:51 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. This is it. Judgment Day. Today, things are gonna get settled at last. A lot of things. What's the big deal? Sorry, Nick. I only touched your shoulder. That sounded like electricity. I thought I was getting stunned again. I guess the shock hasn't worn off my run-in with the stun gun yesterday. Anyhow, today's the last day of the trial. Good luck, Nick. Yeah. Thanks, Maya. Edgeworth, don't worry. Edgeworth is looking glum as always. Is that all you have to say about your husband? I hope Von Karma doesn't push him too hard. What are you doing? Sorry, I'm sorry. I just thought I'd cheer you up with a pat on the back. Maya, maybe you should go outside and discharge. Right. Good idea. Try not to electrocute anyone on your way out. Whoa! Pal! What's gotten into that girl? Detective Gumshoe. Morning, Mr. Edgeworth. Good morning. How'd it go, Detective? Have no fear! As promised, I've captured our runaway caretaker. Yes! Good boy! I just brought him in. Took all night, pal. Where'd you find him? Thanks, Detective. You must be tired. Actually, after that shock I got on the way in, I feel pretty good. Yogi says he's forgotten his own name. But that has to be a lie. Why would he want revenge on Edgeworth if he couldn't remember his past? He does remember. And I'm gonna prove it. Get me in there! December 28th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. Court is now in session for the trial of Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. I almost wasn't. Almost stumbled that. The prosecution is ready. He seems a little upset. Probably because I have his bullets. Right. Very well. We have reached the final day of our proceedings in this trial. I ask that the prosecution submit decisive evidence. Understood. Come on. Don't be awed into silence by every little thing he says. Very well, Mr. Von Karma. Your opening statement. Right. Thanks to Detective Gumshoe's efforts, the boat rental shop caretaker has been arrested. In yesterday's trial, the defense asserted that the caretaker was the murderer. However, the caretaker has yet to confirm this. I would like to ask the defense to cross-examine him as much as necessary. Very well. Please bring the witness into the courtroom. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I believe you all remember our witness. He lives in the boat rental shop on the lake, from where he witnessed the incident. In addition, he has currently lost memory of his name and identity. Witness, why did you run away yesterday? Jesus. The witness was not running away, as he will now testify. I see. Very well. Please, begin your testimony. Witness testimony. Why I left court. Okay. Why did you leave? I'm really sorry about just leaving yesterday like I did. But I wasn't running away or nothing. I went to buy some food for Polly. See, I figured I got nothing to do with this incident anyway. I mean, I need one of those motive things, right? I don't got one. So my testimony yesterday stands as is. Then why were you not at home with Polly? Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, shall we? He has to know his name. Yanni Yogi. You're Yanni Yogi and I'm gonna prove it. Cross-examination. Let's get to Polly! Food? Well, Polly is a bit of a gourmand, you see. She only eats those high-quality bird pellets from France. They only have them in the big pet shop downtown. But you weren't arrested until this morning. Why didn't you go back to the caretaker shack? Well... I kinda got lost, you see? The witness has trouble remembering things sometimes. When the police apprehended him, he was on his way back to the shack. Yeah, right. Nice try, Von Karma. No one's gonna believe that. I see. So he was lost. Please, Your Honor, come to your senses. You've lost much of your memory, is that correct? Yep. Seems like it. Then how could you know that you didn't have anything to do with this incident? Or maybe you're lying about not having your memory, You know exactly who you are. He's reading me like a book! This Von Karma. The witness has testified quite clearly that he has no memory of who he is. If you claim he's lying, then show the court proof. How am I supposed to prove what's going on in that old Coocher's head? Or Codger's? That's impossible. I'm glad you've come to your senses, Mr. Wright. Very well, witness. Please, continue. Do we have anything that could jog his memory? Well, quote-unquote, jog his memory. He'd need one of those motive things, right? It didn't say that the letter was taken from us. It was taken from us. Let's check this real quick. Elevator. Trapped. After his arrest, fiance Polly Jenkins committed suicide. Polly? He named his bird after his wife. Oh my god. Do we bring this up? I'm gonna bring it up. I don't care. It's probably wrong. It's 1000% wrong. But good thing to make note of. Okay. Let's just push him here. How can you say you had no motive? I say you do. You had a grudge against Edgeworth and the victim, Robert Hammond. That's why you took revenge on them, right? Please, don't make me repeat myself, Mr. Wright. This witness has no memory of anything beyond several years ago. He can't hold a grudge. It's impossible. They have to prove he's lying about his memory. Otherwise, it's gonna be the same thing over and over until the trial ends. Might I say something, Mr. Wright? Judge? Are you gonna help? Yes. Yes, Your Honor. You've been saying the same thing now, over and over. You've been calling the witness's memory of the past, or lack thereof, into question. But does this really have anything to do with the current case? Of course, Your Honor. The witness has said he has nothing to... The witness has said he has nothing to do with this case, and no motive. Both of these statements are lies. Order! Order! Mr. Wright, there's a serious problem with your claim. Or are you saying... Are you saying you know who this witness is? Of course, Your Honor. Now, this is interesting. I'd like to know myself. So, who is he? Don't play dumb on karma. Mr. Wright, please tell us this witness's name. Yanni Yogi. His name is Yanni Yogi, a former court bailiff. Yogi? That name seems familiar. Oh! Yanni Yogi! From the DL6 incident! It figures the judge would have heard of it. It was such a famous case. He was probably the judge on that case. But what does this mean? Your Honor, if this man is Mr. Yogi, then he has clear motive. Jumping to conclusions again, Mr. Wright. This man, this witness, is Yanni Yogi? Fascinating. However, how do you propose to prove this to the court? This is a court of law, as you may recall. You need proof. And allow me to repeat once more that this witness has lost his memory. This is it. I have to do this now. If I can't prove he's Yogi right here, right now, then I've got nowhere else to go. Nick, how are you gonna prove it? How can you prove that he's Yanni Yogi? It's okay. It's actually quite simple. Is it? I don't think we're on the same page here. Your Honor, please take this man's fingerprint. Oh, okay. Well, well then. Then we'll compare them to the fingerprints on file for Yanni Yogi 15 years ago. I mean, I'm surprised they haven't done this already. Or check his ID. Any of this, really. I see. That makes sense. What now? Huh? I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright. Why? He's done it already. He's falsified fingerprints. Wait, huh? The witness. The witness has no fingerprints. What? What? No fingerprints? You can't tell me it's because his hand is so calloused that... you see, before I worked as a caretaker, I worked at a chemical plant. I burned my fingers working with the stuff. Yep. What? Yogi, you sneak! You burned your fingerprints off to hide your past. Well, if the witness has no fingerprints, Judge! DNA test! Get his saliva! I guess we'll not be able to prove his identity. No. Well, what will you do, Mr. Wright? Saliva! It seems that the case has been decided, no? No. I know what happened. I know everything. I just can't prove it. But no, I can't let it end like this. I can't lose. There has to be another way. Bring the bird in! Bring in Polly! There is no one who can testify as to who this witness is. No one. Nick, what are we gonna do? I didn't even consider that he might have erased his fingerprints. What do I do? Well, Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to cross-examine his parrot! Yes! For a little comic relief, huh? Yes, yes, I would! Yeah. Very funny. You're a sore winner, Von Karma. Wait a second. Yes? Cross-examine his parrot? Yes? What is it, Nick? No. You're not gonna... Your Honor? The defense would like to take Mr. Von Karma up on his proposal. Take Take Mr. Von Karma up? On my proposal? Exactly, Your Honor. I would like to cross-examine the witness's pet parent. This is absurd! Order! Order! Well, what do you think, Mr. Von Karma? Need you even ask? This is a farce! I object! Wait a second! You were the one who suggested I cross-examine the parent Von Karma. I have a right to do as you suggested. Well, if you're so desperate, then please, be my guest. Of course, should you go through with this, and nothing comes of it, then I hope you're ready for the consequences. Okay, I see Edgeworth. I see Edgeworth. Wait. I was just saying the same thing. I see your influence on Edgeworth. Your influence is showing. Nick, this is crazy. Well, still want to go through with your little game? Yes, I'm doing it. Let the parrot take the stand. I'll cross-examine her, Your Honor. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Von Karma's rigged every person's testimony, every piece of evidence, except the parrot. She's my last chance. At least, I think so. Bailiff, bring in the parrot! Look at her. So pretty. Pretty Polly. That's quite a bird. Please tell us your name? Name! The witness is ignoring me. It must hurt to be ignored by a bird. Very well, witness. Who is your owner? Please, testify for us. Witness testimony. Who is your owner? Hello? Hello? Squawk. That's it! That's everything! Certainly the most concise testimony we've had so far. Very well. Begin your cross-examination. Right. What are you gonna do, Nick? I'm gonna press the bird! I don't know. What do we do, Maya? We press the bird! Cross-examination! Hello? Hello? Squawk! Witness, you can't just say hello and expect us to get anywhere. I want you to testify. Maya, you talk to her. Right. What do I say? What's your name? Maybe I should get her to say her name. Polly. Polly. Polly, what's your name? Polly. Polly. Squawk. Mr. Wright, I think we've established that this parent is named Polly. Does this have anything to do with her owner's identity? Of course, yeah. Everything does. Yes, it does. Huh. Fascinating. You claim that the parrot's name will prove her owner's identity? Then show us this proof. Nick, don't you think you're taking the bluffing a little too far? Listen, we're not here to answer the question of who's the caretaker. We're here to prove that he's Yanni Yogi. All we have to do is tie the name Polly to Yogi, and I know how to do that! Your Honor, the proof that the parrot's name reveals the caretaker's identity is... this one! Right? Because we just saw it earlier, just a few minutes ago. The DL6 case file? That's quite a large file you have there. Which page is this proof on, then? Show us, or stop wasting our time. Very well, Mr. Wright. Please show us the page. Where in this file is the information connected to this parrot's name? Suspect data. Right? Right? I can't check it now, so... it's on the suspect data page. This page has all the information about Yanni Yogi. Right after he was arrested, his fiancée committed suicide, see? Indeed, it does say that, yes. What was his fiancée's name? Polly Jenkins. Polly? Exactly, Your Honor. He wanted to remember the name of his fiancée who had committed suicide. That's why he named his parrot after her. I see. I guess that is possible. Bah! A mere coincidence, that's all. My granddaughter has a dog she calls Phoenix. Well, Mr. Phoenix Wright, does this make you my granddaughter's fiancé? She's only 7 years old. I'm more surprised that he has a granddaughter. Anyone else gonna point that out? Indeed. Alone, it's a little weak for evidence in a murder trial. We would need some other corroborating evidence. Where am I gonna find that? Nick, we're getting closer. One more. If we can just get one more piece of evidence. Right. But what? Very well, witness. You may continue. It was only these two, so press? Witness, you're here to speak. You must speak to me. Frankly, I can't believe you're speaking to the parrot. Well, I guess we should try to get some information out of her. We need to show the judge that her owner is Mr. Yogi. Okay, so what do we present to the bird? Do we present the bullet? Or... metal detector we got from the detective. Pistol. Bullet. Do we show Polly a picture? I mean, we couldn't even make out the faces in this. How would Polly discern the faces on this photo? Has to be a bullet. Or a gun. Polly, do you recognize this gun? But how would that tell her about Yanni Yoki? Let's show her the gun. Okay, that's not it. Maybe we just bring up Polly to Polly. I don't know what to do here. I don't even know if it's the ellipses we show her. Okay, photo? Dude, I have no clue. Why can't we have Maya talk to the parrot again? DL6 file. Can't we use the names in there? Oh my god, we failed the bird. Oh. Do over. I don't know where we should be presenting evidence is the problem. Do over. We've been here before, so I'm just gonna skip through. We're gonna do the exact same things. It's also convoluted. Here we are again. Well, we're back. What if we ask if we've forgotten something? As I recall, 2 days ago. Polly! Polly! Have we forgotten something? Squawk! Don't forget! DL6! Squawk! If I can get Polly to say that here, that will prove that the caretaker had something to do with DL6. Polly? Have we forgotten something? Hello? Hello? Squawk! That's not what you're supposed to say. Forgot! Something we forgot! Hello? Hello? Squawk! Uh-oh. It's not working, Nick. She won't say it. This is ridiculous. Why won't she say it? Something the matter, Mr. Wright? Have they replaced the bird? Wait. Don't tell me Von Karma expected this. He couldn't have retrained the parrot. Could he? Did he train her not to respond when we asked if we'd forgotten anything? No. Press her again! Witness, you can't just say hello and expect us to get anywhere. I want you to testify. Maya, you talk to her. Right. What do I say? Safe number. Maybe I'll get her to say the number of that safe. Huh? Safe? Why? Let's just try to get her to say... Let's just try to get her to say anything, okay? Holly, what was the number to the safe in the shack? 1, 2, 2, 8. 1, 2, 2, 8. My, what a reckless parrot. Well, this is the same Polly. Well, Mr. Wright, you aren't claiming that this number has something to do with the caretaker. It does, it's his safe. Actually, it does. That's why I had her say it. Huh. Huh. Ridiculous. How can the number to a safe tell us who the caretaker is? 1228. Or is that 12/28, December 28th? DL6 date! Show us your proof. What could possibly link this number to the caretaker's true identity? 12/28, the case summary. The DL6 case file? What is this obsession you have with this case? Mr. Wright, where in this file is something relating to that safe number? The case summary. It's on the case summary page. The case summary? Specifically, the date on which the DL6 incident occurred. The date of the incident, December 28th? Why, that's today's date. 15 years ago. That's some quick math, Judge. And the number on that safe is 1228. Ah, he used the date of the DL6 incident as the number for his safe, Your Honor. That's how important that date was to him. See, it certainly is an interesting coincidence. People often do set their secret numbers to dates. But this is not tangible proof. I set my ATM's card number to 0001 because I'm number 1. I don't think you should be telling the court that. This has nothing to do with a date. Nothing. Indeed. Alone, it's a little weak for evidence in a murder trial. We would need some other corroborating evidence. Her name! Now we have to do her name again. Where am I gonna find that? Nick, we're getting closer. One more. If we can just get one more piece of evidence? Right. But what? Very well, witness. You may continue. What's your name? DL6 case file again. The case file again. The DL6 case file? Now, we have gone through this, so I'll just skip it. We have gone through this already, so I'm gonna skip it. That's enough! I think we've reached a conclusion here. This is a mere coincidence, that's all. True, that is a possibility. However, two coincidences at the same time seems more like a pattern to me. What are you saying? Summon the caretaker of the boat shop. Yay! Thanks, Polly. Good word. Immediately. Let's go! Witness, tell us your name. Wait. This witness, he doesn't remember. No. It's okay. Oh! I've accomplished what I've wanted to do. I'm done. Completely different demeanor. Nick. He looks totally different. This is the real Yogi, I think. Finally. He's been acting feeble to hide his true identity. Acting for 15 years. Well, let me ask you again. Please state your name for the court. My name is Yanni Yogi. 15 years ago, I served as a bailiff in this very court. Order! Order! Yanni Yogi. So, was it you who killed Robert Hammond? And tried to frame Miles Edgeworth for his death? Yes. It was me. I did it. Oh. They put me on the witness stand 15 years ago. Robert Hammond. He said I was mentally unsound. He told me it would make me innocent. Get me off the hook, so it was because of the insanity plea. So I pretended to have brain damage. I was innocent, really, but he didn't believe me. We won the trial, but I lost everything. I lost my job, my fiancé, my social standing. Then this year, 15 years later, a package arrived. It was a letter and a pistol. The plan was written out in careful detail. It was a plan for me to take my revenge on the people who ruined my life. I didn't care who had sent it. I thought this was my chance. After 15 years, this was it. Finally, a chance to have my revenge on Robert Hammond and Miles Edgeworth. I have no regrets. No regrets! Wait a moment! Revenge against Miles Edgeworth? What do you mean? I'm not at liberty to speak on that matter. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth yourself? Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth yourself? Anyway, I admit it. I was the one who killed Robert Hammond. On Karma, where is Mr. Yogi? Under arrest, Your Honor. I saw no room for error in his confession. Then, the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, is innocent. In this case, at least. Very well. Will the defendant please take the stand? And he's gonna be like, I did it! I killed! In the DL6 case. There are few mysteries left unsolved. Oh, Edgeworth. Still, you are cleared of suspicion for this particular case. So I would like to pass judgment on the murder of Mr. Robert Hammond. Any objections? Yeah, there better be none. Don't believe it. Why isn't Von Karma saying anything? Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Oh no, Miles. Oh no, Edgeworth. He's gonna say something. Not guilty. Oh, he didn't say anything. That is all. This court is adjourned. But not for the DL6 case. Objection! Yep. Did someone just say objection? Wasn't Von Karma. I knew it! Wait, but that means... No. Edgeworth? Your Honor, I object to your judgment. What do you mean? I'm not innocent at all. As we've heard, Yanni Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge. But revenge for what? Nick, Edgeworth is trying to confess. He's gonna say he's guilty. He's gonna tell them he was the murderer in the DL6 incident. DL6 incident. He's gonna tell them he killed his own dad. Uh-oh. What do I do? Object! Edgeworth, I can't let you do this! The judgment has already been passed. I object to Edgeworth's outburst. I object to Edgeworth's outburst. Didn't something like this happen yesterday too? I believe a certain witness raised an objection after a guilty verdict was passed. That would be Larry. We must hear this new statement. We must hear Miles Edgeworth. He's right. We have a duty to hear Mr. Edgeworth out. Edgeworth! For 15 years, I've had a recurring dream. A nightmare. It's only a nightmare. That's what I told myself. But now I know. It wasn't a dream. Yanni Yogi wasn't the killer. You mean in the incident where your father died? From the distance of the shot, it wasn't suicide either. Everything was as clear as day. The murderer, the criminal in the DL6 incident, it was me. Your Honor, I confess my guilt. I am guilty for DL6, the statute of limitations of which ends today. I am guilty for DL6, the statute of limitations of which ends today. The culprit is me! Order! Order! This is certainly unexpected. The defendant declared innocent is confessing to a different crime. A crime for which the statute of limitations runs out today. I'm not really sure how I should deal with this. Use your best judgment, Judge. It's obvious. We hold a trial. Right here, right now. We try this man for his crime of 15 years ago. I think I would like a 5-minute recess. During this time, I will consider the appropriate course of action to take. Court is adjourned. Oh boy. December 28th, 2:24 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. I'm sorry, Wright. I've just wasted all your effort. Mr. Edgeworth, I just don't believe it, sir. I mean, you killed your dad? I didn't want to believe it myself, Detective, but it's the truth. I deserve to be punished. No, you do not! Murder is murder, no matter what the circumstances. This is crazy, just crazy! Nick, what are you doing? Uh-huh. Oh. I was just reading through the court record once more. I'm getting my case ready. Your case? For what? Isn't it obvious? I'm gonna prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent. What are you talking about, pal? He just admitted to it. He confessed that he did it. In court. I'm sorry, Edgeworth, but I don't believe your nightmare. What? It's just a dream. It's not real. Truth is right here in this court record. In any case, tighten your belts. The real fight is just beginning. It's the oxygen deprivation. I'll prove you're innocent. Just trust me. Right. December 28th, 2:30 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. Now then, I would like to resume our trial. Judge, Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt. He's confessed his crime. Let us begin by hearing his testimony. Then, though pointless, let the defense do their cross-examining. The statute of limitations on the DL6 incident runs out today. Though it's unconventional for me, I'd like to run this one by the book. I see. Does the defense have any objections? No, Your Honor. Karma, you knew this was going to happen from the very beginning, didn't you? Very well. Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand? Here we go again. Okay. I need 5 minutes. Okay. Will the witness state his name and profession? He's bringing in the profession. He's actually trying to ruin his social standing, just like with Yanni Yoki. Because we can't plead insanity here, because that will for sure just ruin his whole career. He's an attorney, for God's sake. We can't plead insanity here because he's an attorney. That would ruin everything. That would ruin him. Okay. We know what it is, though. It was... We do know what it was, though. It has to do with the oxygen deprivation. It has to do with him blacking out. Has to. Miles Edgeworth. I'm a prosecuting attorney. Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago, you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct? Oh. It is correct. Then, testify about this matter to the court. When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That'll be the key. But only if I can get it to work. Wait. What detail? Please. Witness testimony. The DL6 incident. That day, I'd gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. Which he is now traumatized from. He has PTSD from that. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. Right, where did the gun come from? A moment later, there was a single gunshot. Then, a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. What if there actually wasn't 3 people? What if there was someone else? What if Von Karma was in the elevator? That's all. But that would be in the report. Let's not go flying off the rails. And until now, you thought this memory was a dream? We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out, and I lost my memory of the events. Bah! The same claim Mr. Yogi has made. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examination. Okay, what do we press? Let's press this for sure. Just because I want to bring up his PTSD again. So, there were 3 people, including yourself, trapped in that elevator. Yes, myself, my father, and Yanni Yogi. We were fine at first, but then as time passed and no one came to help. What did you do then? I was a 9-year-old boy at the time. What could I do? I was scared, trembling in the corner. But then... Okay, that was nothing. What was it? A pistol. I assume it was the bailiff Yanni Yogi's. The safety must have come off when it fell from his holster. And you picked it up. What next? Did you know it was a pistol when you threw it? I think I knew. I knew it was dangerous. But the air was getting so thick, I panicked. So you're saying that you threw the pistol at Mr. Yogi? I was in a daze. The gun fired once? Yes. I think after I threw it, I lost consciousness. Since then, they've echoed in my head every day. That gunshot and that horrible scream. The scream. To this day? Yes, I can practically hear it now. I doubt I'll ever forget that scream as long as I live. Maybe because it was your scream, Edgeworth. There it is. One part of that testimony clearly contradicts the evidence because he said he knocked out. But I don't know what it means. I'd better find out and quick. Okay, let's look at the evidence just real quick. Murder weapon fired twice. Murder weapon fired twice. I'm telling you. When Edgeworth threw the pistol, it discharged. And then Yanni Yogi picked it up, probably fired it again. There has to be. Fired once. He said fired once, it's fired twice. Let's get it. victim data. Okay. Present. Are you sure you only heard one gunshot? Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and the scream. Then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came. I see. No, Your Honor. Unfortunately, you don't. Look at this file one more time. This plainly contradicts the witness's testimony. You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? I don't accept this evidence unless you can tell us what page it's on. Which page contradicts Miles Edgeworth's testimony? The victim data! Look at the victim data in this file. It says it quite plainly. The murder weapon was fired twice. Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot. Yet the murder weapon was fired twice. The first shot was the accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. So who fired the remaining shot? Was there perhaps another shooter who fired the second shot? Your Honor, as I'm sure you're aware, this incident occurred 15 years ago. The evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice. However, we do not know when that second shot was fired. It might have been fired the day before the incident. There is no proof that the second shot had anything to do with this incident. What? I see. I see. You do have a point, Mr. Wright. The murder weapon was fired twice, as we have heard. One of those shots was fired by the defendant, a boy at the time. Do you have any proof that the other shot had fired something to do with the case? Do we have proof that the other shot fired had something to do with the case? I mean, we must, right? I really want to check this, but I can't. But we can check this picture. Through the window! Through the window! It was planted! Wait. Or no. The window shot was Edgeworth's accidental discharge, and the second bullet was at the father. Oh my god, we've got this. Yes, we have proof. We have proof. Your Honor, I think I will be able to show you proof. We have proof. What? Impossible. Because if it was one bullet, the father would be leaning against the doors. Now, Mr. Von Karma, save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show us your proof. Do you have evidence that the second firing of the pistol is related to this incident? The picture! Look at this photograph. Look at this photograph! This is a photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago. I can see that the victim lying there is Gregory Edgeworth. This proves the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. This photo proves it. So, let me get this straight. This photo proves 2 shots were fired? Where? Your Honor, please. Please get a clue. Show the judge the contradiction in the photo. As should be obvious, the contradiction is here. I see. A bullet hole in the door. Your Honor, Gregory Edgeworth was killed by a shot from the pistol. Yet there's also a bullet hole in the elevator door. We also know that the murder weapon was fired twice. Thus, someone other than Edgeworth fired that second shot. Order! Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? It's simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. Yes, one went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang out? In conclusion, we must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else. Mr. Wright. But who else could that someone else be? The murderer, of course. I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand. Mr. Wright, look once more at the DL6 incident case file. Wait. Sorry, excuse me. Look once more at the DL6 incident case file. Look closely. Oh, I know what it says. It says there was no evidence found at the scene of the crime. But you know what, Von Karma? It's wrong! Try the case summary page. Case summary? That's on page 1. Look what is written there. Not a single clue was found on the scene. If the pistol had indeed been fired twice, then the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene. That's not true, because it was shooting outward. He does have a point. That second bullet has never been found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. That is the truth of this matter. The whole truth. It was undoubtedly something else that made that bullet hole in the door. Order! I will have order! Mr. Wright has proven one thing. Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us quite clearly: that the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. However, as Mr. Von Karma says, the second bullet fired was not found. It is highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked this second bullet. So all we have is the single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount the defense's claim. No! I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter. How did this happen? I don't believe that the second bullet didn't exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident? What are you doing, Nick? Why aren't you raising an objection? I'm sorry, Maya. What? It looks like I was wrong. Nick, if the second bullet wasn't there, then all my conjectures are for nothing. No, but you said you'd do it, Nick. You said you'd get Edgeworth declared innocent. I'm sorry. It's just, when I saw the photograph, I thought that 2 shots had been fired. I was so certain of it. I thought I'd won. I thought there was another person. Someone else who fired the shot. Someone else who... I thought there was another person. Someone else who fired the killing shot. Von Karma, maybe? But now... I was wrong to think it could be that simple. This case has stood unsolved for 15 years. Nick. Well, it seems that we have finally cleared up this incident. Only 1 bullet was found at the scene of the crime. That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth. Von Karma did something here. I just know it. He falsified something. Precisely. I would like to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far? Yes, Your Honor. Do you have any objections? No. No, I do not. So, you killed your father, though that was not your intention. Yes, I did. Oh no. He's accepted the guilt. Very well. The statute of limitations on the murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce a verdict on the defendant today. Right here, right now. Indeed. Does anyone have any objections? Maya, please object for me! I've been here before. It's just like my first day in court. There are so many things I know I should be saying, but my mind's gone blank. I can't find the words. Mr. Wright? I have an objection! Come on, Wright! Edgeworth, that's all alone here! Objection! Your Honor, I object. Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object? Nick? I don't know. His case is perfect. I mean, we still have that bullet that we stole. The evidence, I mean. We haven't used that for anything yet. Oh no. It must exist. Second bullet. It must exist. A second bullet. What? What did you just say? Nothing. A second bullet must exist? But where? Someone took it. It seems waiting is not going to produce us any answers from Mr. Wright. Wait, Your Honor. The second bullet, it existed. What? But we've just heard proof that it did not exist. I realize that, Your Honor. You're really grasping here. It's just... someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened. But... who? The murderer! The murderer? Then tell us, just who is this murderer? I'm still thinking about that one. So the criminal took the second bullet. But why? First of all, how would they have found it? It's not easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for that bullet? The murderer had to find it. Of course there was a need, that's why they took it. What possible reason could they have had? Well, the reason the murderer took the bullet away from the scene with them is... the bullet would be proof, or the murderer was cautious? I mean, this is a court of law, and in the court of law, they always want proof, right? Maybe they thought that the bullet would be used as proof? Proof? It was a special bullet, so they took it with them. If that was the case, then they should have taken the bullet from inside Gregory as well. It was in his heart! Why would they only take one of the 2 shots fired? Oh, right. Mr. Wright, have you really thought this through? I'm gonna have to penalize you. Okay, well, fine. He was just cautious. Well, the murderer was very cautious. I have a feeling we're supposed to be like, no, there really actually wasn't a need. Wait, actually? Yeah, because this is on the basis that the murderer took it, that Yanni Yogi took it. But he didn't. Von Karma took it. That's why the murderer had to search for that bullet. If that was the case, then they should have taken the bullet from inside Gregory as well. Okay. Okay. Was there a pressing need for the murderer to search for that bullet? No. Why would the murderer have spent the time to look for that stray bullet? I haven't got a clue. What's wrong, Mr. Wright? The murderer had no reason to take that bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it's true. Had to take it. Had to take it? The murderer? What does that mean? You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene. But, the murderer had to take that bullet. Had to, Mr. Wright? What do you mean? Well, for instance... For instance, what? Maybe the bullet, hit the murderer? Yeah! Yeah! The bullet hit the murderer? It was a ricochet. It was a ricochet shot. The discharge hit them. Why wasn't there blood, though? That's the thing. The bullet hit the murderer? Just saying. For instance, I mean, if it hit you, you'd have to take it with you. I mean, if it hit you, you'd have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there. You know? Wait a second. I was just talking off the top of my head, but what if that's really what happened? Let me get this straight. So at the time of the murderer himself? Wait, so at the time of the murderer themselves was shot? And they left with the second bullet still inside of them, thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime. Yes, I guess that's how it would work, yes. But there's a problem with that. The other two people rescued from that elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yanni Yogi, were both unharmed. That's what I was gonna say. Like, wouldn't emergency services, EMTs, have come to rescue them, like firefighters or something? Firefighters or EMTs or something? Wouldn't they have found something on their body? Though... I don't know. So that would mean... the murderer came from outside. Yes. Wait, is it really? The two men fight inside the elevator. Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol at his feet and throws it. The pistol discharges and the bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. Then the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the men inside. Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. I can tell you're grasping, yet I cannot deny the possibility of what you say. What are you saying? Deny it! Deny it! No one involved with the incident was wounded. There was no murderer. No one was wounded at the time of the incident. He's right. I can't think of anyone. Hey, Nick? Huh? I just thought of something really crazy. Crazy? Remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday? Actually, no. I don't retain anything that Grossberg says. Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect... Oh, right. Yeah, of course, this. So, again, feeling my Von Karma speculation. It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. The vacation! That was him in the hospital! Yes. What if Von Karma didn't take that vacation because of shock, but took it because he was injured? Which would mean... it could only mean one thing. He was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth. It was Von Karma! Oh man. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You seem dazed. No, Your Honor. Well... you've indicated the possibility that the murderer came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect? Uh-oh. Should I come out and say it now? Now or never. Your Honor, there is a suspect. One lone suspect. Well, this is certainly interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who is your suspect? My hands are shaking. What? Von Karma! Von Karma? You mean the Von Karma? The prosecutor? The one standing right over there? Bah. 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 You don't object? I see no need. Why honor this ridiculous outburst with my objection? Because you took a vacation for several months, starting the day after the incident. Yet you pride yourself on a perfect record. Why would you take such a long vacation without any reason? So, you're claiming that I took a vacation to heal my injury from the incident. Fascinating. Prove it. I would have needed surgery, no? Where did I go under the knife at, Mr. Wright? Bring the doctor that operated on me. Have him testify. Nick. Let's find out who his doctor is. It's no use. Edgeworth. I know Von Karma. Perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave any clues. Because he operated on himself. He probably didn't undergo surgery. And that would leave a doctor as a witness. Nobody's that perfect. So what, Nick? Did Von Karma pull the bullet out by himself? Yes! That's insane! No, he couldn't have. You can't just pull bullets out of yourself. Wait. What does that mean? That bullet has to be somewhere, but where? Well, Mr. Wright, can you produce evidence to prove that I was shot? One moment, hold on. Did Von Karma... Is this the bullet that was in him? Did he swap the bullet? I feel like he wouldn't be above that. I cannot produce evidence that he was shot, but I feel like this was the bullet. I'm calling it here. I feel like that was his bullet. I hate to say it, but I think it's impossible. It would be impossible to find the doctor who operated on Von Karma now, even if Von Karma did undergo surgery. Seems you've finally come to your senses. You've realized the truth. You can't prove something that didn't happen. Nick, the court record. There must be something. Court record? What could be in there? There's no time. I'd better think on it as I go. Alright, Von Karma. I'll prove it. And I'll even use evidence. I know how you like it so much. I know how you like it so much. What? The evidence that proves Von Karma was shot is... Oh, Actually? Well, fuck it. What exactly is that? Sorry. Judge, if you would. Right. Penalty. I'm really not sure how I've managed to make it this far. Mr. Wright, please reconsider your evidence. Yes, Your Honor. Can't be court record. Metal detector? metal detector? Von Karma's perfect. He wouldn't risk surgery, leaving an evidence trail. So then I ask, where is that bullet now? Surely he doesn't still have it in his body, right? Surely not. I think it unlikely that Von Karma performed surgery on himself. You don't mean... I do. There is the possibility that the bullet is still inside Von Karma. Is that even possible? For all these years? As long as it's not hitting a major organ? Well, there's one way to find out. We could use this metal detector. Good thing we never gave it back, huh? Well, Von Karma, I'm gonna run this over you and see what we find. I refuse! You refuse? But refusing this means you acknowledge that the bullet is still inside you. Look at him sweating. From a mere amateur. Order! 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 Your Honor, the defense requests that we be allowed to use this metal detector. Judge, I call for a suspension of this trial. This is an invasion of privacy. The statute of limitations runs out on this case today. It was you who said we had to end it right here, right now. Enough! I permit the use of the metal detector. Mr. Von Karma, you will submit yourself to testing. Nick, what does this mean? I don't know, but we have to give it a shot. Good one, Phoenix. I get it. It reacted. Something's inside his right shoulder. Bullet. Mr. Von Karma? You. It was you. I was afraid this would happen. And so, I remained silent. Huh? Indeed, there is a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with this incident. What? I was shot in the shoulder long before the DL6 incident. I claim that the bullet in my shoulder has no relation to DL6. But Mr. Von Karma, can you prove that? Prove? You know, the thing you love so much? I have no obligation to prove anything. Objection! It is Mr. Wright who must prove something here. Not I. Not I. Not I. Mr. Wright? Well, can you prove it? Can you prove that the bullet in Von Karma's shoulder was from DL6? Of course he can't. You don't have any evidence. Wait, you don't have any of the DL6 evidence. And that's because you took it out of the records room yesterday. But I do have one. With no proof, you cannot convict me of any crime. So sorry, Mr. Wright. No. I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Von Karma. What? You were close. One day away from freedom. But you see, I have proof! What? Who would have thought you'd dig your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth? I can link that bullet in your shoulder to the DL6 incident. And here's my final proof. Hopefully... That's... a bullet? Where did you get that? This is the bullet used in the DL6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely, with all the ballistic markings intact. Ballistic markings? You may recall the term. It came up in the first trial 2 days ago. Ballistic markings are the fingerprints of a weapon. All bullets fired from a gun are marked with that weapon's unique pattern. By examining the markings, you can tell which weapon fired the bullet. It's quite accurate. But how are we gonna figure that out on Von Karma? We have 2 bullets in our possession. One, the bullet removed from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other, Mr. Von Karma. The other, Mr. Von Karma, is the bullet buried in your shoulder. We could analyze both bullets. Then, if the markings matched, we would know that both bullets had been fired from the same gun. The very same pistol, in other words, the murder weapon that killed Gregory Edgeworth. Mr. Von Karma, you will let us remove the bullet from your shoulder. Then we'll compare the ballistic markings to those on this bullet. And solve this case once and for all. Well, Mr. Von Karma? How? What is this scream? That scream. I've heard that scream before. Wait. I know. Help! I can't breathe! Quiet! I said quiet! You're not making this any easier. Stop breathing my air! I'll stop you! Stop breathing my air! Get away! Get away from my father! Ah! It's that scream I heard in the elevator 15 years ago. On Karma. It was you who screamed! Man, to be identified by... to be identified... That's the worst. To be identified by your ugly-ass scream Like, can you imagine? Mr. Von Karma? What? What? Only you dare to find me! So, it was you. You and your father are my curse! Your father shamed me with a penalty on my record, and you left a scar on my shoulder that would never fade. I'll bury you! I'll bury you with my bare hands! Death! Death! 15 years earlier. 15 years earlier. Chief Prosecutor, I'm sorry. On Karma, it's not like you to make this kind of error. I never would have thought that Edwards would be the one to catch you. I was careless. I'm sorry, but you'll have to be penalized. I've covered for you in the past, but not this time. Edward! It was a shock like none I had ever known. Me? Penalized? It took hours for me to regain my composure. Suddenly, I found myself in the darkness. I was in the court records room. I must have wandered in there without thinking where I was going. The room was pitch black. The lights must have gone out. I went out into the hall and felt my way to the elevator. I pressed the button, but nothing happened. Then there was a noise. I was in pain. A horrible, burning pain in my shoulder. Just then the lights came back on. The elevator door opened before my eyes. And he had a gun on him? But why? How? I saw 3 people inside, all lying unconscious from oxygen deprivation. Oh, he picked up the gun. Duh. Much to my surprise, a pistol lay at my feet. I knew then. It was destiny. In his last moments, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died, never knowing who had shot him. Later, he spoke through a medium, blaming Mr. Yogi. He was fooled. It was perfect. Wait, he was fooled. It was the perfect crime. Who would have thought another man would have come to open that elevator door? Judge? What? What are you doing? Do your job! Bring an end to this miserable charade. Now, end it! Very well. It appears that we have come a very long way to the end of this maze. 15 years later. Mr. Miles Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. You were innocent. You are innocent. As you said, it was all a nightmare. Yes, Your Honor. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty. That is all. This court is adjourned. December 28th, 5:38 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Nick! Nick, we did it! Did you see his face? Von Karma looked even paler than usual. He's pretending to be all cool, but inside you crushed him, Nick. Crushed! I gotta say, I'm impressed. It was pretty close, though. I was sure we'd had it. I know. I was on the verge of tears the whole time myself. But now it's all just a good memory. So it's finally over, Edgeworth. Right. Yeah. Are you gonna cry? I'm not sure how to say this. I know! Try. Thank you? I see. Thank you, Wright. You're welcome. I think you could have done better than that. Sorry. I'm not good at this sort of thing. You got a lot to learn, Edgeworth. She's got you there. Woo! Amazing, pal! You pulled through just like I thought you would. I'll never forget this. I owe you one, pal. And tonight, let's party! Dinner's on me! Yeah, my salary went down a bit this month, but who cares? See, Mr. Edgeworth? You should take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. That's how you say thank you. I see. Whoa! Sorry. The crack in the crack in my voice when I did that as Edgeworth. I feel foolish. Don't worry. Take it a little at a time. You'll get used to it. It's been 15 years since I've seen Edgeworth as unguarded. Hey, y'all! Lotta! Y'all were great in there. Thank you. Yo, Edgeworth! Congrats! Thank y'all very much. I knew you were innocent from the start. Of course. Just look at you. You wouldn't stick your hand in the cookie jar even if no one was there. You were the witness on the first day of the trial, weren't you? Yeah, well, let bygones be bygones, eh? Speaking of which, what are you doing now, Lotta? Who, me? Aw, I went back to college. I gave up trying to be an investigative photographer pretty quick. It took her only a few days to realize that. Really? That's too bad. Isn't that the hot dog guy from the park? It's over, Nick. My life is over again. Why the sad face, Larry? What happened now? Oh, Nick. I'm not long for this world. You don't look sick. It's Keontae. She's going to live in Paris. Paris, Nick! She's leaving me behind. Should have seen that one coming. Yo, Etchy. There you are. Yes, here I am. Congrats, Etchy! Here, a little gift from me in celebration. He turned his tune real quick. Celebration? That's unusual for you. Is it the $38? Is it his lunch money? Harry Butts! You come along tonight, too. My treat, pal. Huh? Thanks. Looking forward to it. Yo, Nick. That's the suit that questioned me. When he says treat, that's not police talk for prison food, right? Right? I think you'll be fine, Larry. Right. Yeah? What's up? That envelope that Larry gave me, it's got money in it. Well, yeah, that's not that strange. People give money away to celebrate sometimes. It's $38, right? Huh. What a weird amount. I mean, it's not a little, but it's not a lot either. I knew it! But how did he take it? Wait. $38 exactly? Nick! Wasn't that exactly the amount of lunch money that was stolen from Mr. Edgeworth in school? $38. No. No! Larry! It was you?! What are you so surprised about, Larry? Right? Huh? Larry was absent that day from school, right? But that doesn't automatically rule him out as a suspect. What? Think back to that day, 15 years ago. Larry took the day off, but he was bored, so he came into school anyway. Then he saw the money lying there, and the rest is history. I never was good at history. Edgeworth. You didn't know, did you? I suspected. I just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like he did that day. Everyone else was saying you did it. The whole class was against you, remember? Yeah, too well. The trauma! Right, you may not know this, but we used to have a saying back in school. Oh no. When something smells, it's usually the butts. I know! Really, Wright. I'm surprised you didn't figure it out. Well, this sure is an unexpected turn of events, eh? Edgeworth. You should have told me! No, Nick. It was 15 years ago. Don't you think the statute of limitations has run out, Mr. Edgeworth? I'd say so, yes. There you have it. Where does that leave me? I became a defense attorney because of what you two did. Well, you have always been something of an insufferable emotionalist. Yeah, and you get worked up too easily, too. Larry, that's what he said! Death! The death sentence for both of you! And if only I'd known, I'd have become a prosecutor. The same goes for me, only the other way around. For the longest time, I thought that I might have killed my own father. I thought I might be a criminal. I became a prosecutor in part to punish myself. If I had known the truth, I might have become a defense attorney after all. Edgeworth. Wanna switch, right? Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all! Hey, y'all! Line up, I'll take a photo! Hey! Photo time! Let's go! And after that, dinner on me! Detective Gumshoe took us out on the town that night. We celebrated Edgeworth's newfound freedom, even though Edgeworth himself was still in detention. December 29th, 5:02 a.m. Wright & Co. Law Offices. So early. Ugh. I went a little overboard yesterday. My head hurts. Still only 5 o'clock? Maybe I should go back to sleep. What's this? A letter? Good morning, Nick! You were really impressive yesterday. Seeing you, it made me think about what I'm doing here. I'm a spirit medium. In training, of course. I wanted to help Mr. Edgeworth too. I wanted to help you. But I couldn't. I was useless. So, I've decided to go back to my training. I'll become a full-fledged spirit medium, for starters. I couldn't say it to your face, so I left this letter. Goodbye, Nick. Goodbye? What time is it? Ugh, the first trains for the mountain have already left. To the station! No. I guess I'm too late. Hey! Nick? Maya! So, you're leaving? Yeah. It's hard being a spirit medium who can't talk to spirits. And I think you'll do fine without me, Nick. Be good, okay? Wait! What? I never could have saved Edgeworth without your help. Miss Sticky Fingers over here. Huh? On the last day of the trial, I heard her. I heard Mia's voice. You heard my sister? Yes, only her voice, but still. It was at the very end when I thought we'd lost. It was at the very end when I thought we'd lost everything. Well, that's my sister for you. Detective Gumshoe helped, and Mr. Grossberg, and even Larry. I'm the only one who couldn't help. I was useless, Nick. But you were the one who stopped Von Karma, Maya. Huh? I didn't do anything. All I did was wander around in a daze. Sorry, but I have evidence that you helped. Evidence? Show Maya some evidence to cheer her up. A bullet? Von Karma was convinced he had taken all of the evidence pertaining to DL6. But you were the one who rescued the last piece of evidence we needed. This was the bullet that put an end to Von Karma. And you were the one who gave it to me. Nick. Thanks, Maya. I couldn't have done it without you. I'll be back soon. Huh? I'm gonna complete my training and come back! Okay. I'll be waiting. Of course you will. You can't run that office by yourself. You're hopeless. I don't know about that. So, this is it. See you soon, Maya. Bye, Maya! Thanks, Nick. And so my story ends. Time to turn a new page. And say goodbye to the novice. Oh, and and say goodbye to the novice defense attorney that I once was. Now, a new story begins. With the same old crazy cast of characters. Wait, we finished the first one? Oh my god! We finished the first game! There she is! There we all are! Aww. I can't believe it took us this long to— oh! A brand new episode has been added! Excuse me?